let's now take a look at the other big story that impacted, well, India, the global south and the world, which is pretty much the failure of COP29. And I have with me an important voice to really try and understand what goes on from here. How can India now pick up the pieces of what many would call a very fractured climate talks, and how then India can move forward on that and play a larger role in terms of taking the global south with it. Joining me is Dr. Masaamba Thioye, who's the project executive of UNFCC, joining me, and he's in fact at the Global Innovation Hub. Thank you so much, Dr. Masaamba, for speaking to NDTV. Let me start by asking you that a lot of those talks didn't fructify into anything concrete. But speaking from India's point of view, how do you think New Delhi can now align its development priorities with the kind of climate goals that have been set?
Thank you for inviting me. For us, we do not see the challenge of sustainable development and the challenge of climate being two things separated. They have to be considered integrated. This is why we always put focus on the starting point, the satisfaction of the needs of the many people, no one being left behind, while keeping human activities within planetary boundaries. So it means for us that addressing climate change is not about pure decarbonization of the economy, but it's more about how can we develop and satisfy the needs of the many people while keeping human activities within planetary boundaries. Of course, it's challenging because we need to address both simultaneously. It requires reinventing our economy, reinventing our industry, reinventing our society, but also reinventing ourselves. This is very important. It means that innovation will have to play a key role, not only technology innovation, but also policy innovation, innovative financial instrument, innovative business model, innovative product from the culture and creative industry to facilitate adoption, but also innovative cooperative approach, because radical collaboration will be required among nations and within nations.
In terms of the opportunities that it throws up for India, because India is also not just talking about itself, it's talking about some of the other and most of the developing world and the global south.
I think the lessons that will be learned from integrating climate and sustainability solution is an asset and something that India will be able to export. India will be able to position itself as a solution provider. You know, addressing climate and sustainability simultaneously requires the development of a new systemic innovation framework that is human-centric, that is transformative, and that is vision-driven. So it means that we need to be able to paint the future that we would like to achieve and backcast from that future and translate this future into needs in terms of climate and sustainability innovation. What are the existing technologies that we need to deploy at scale by combining them with innovative policies and innovative financial instruments and innovative business model? And what are the missing technologies that we need to develop to be able to satisfy the needs of the many people while staying within the planetary boundary? So this knowledge is an asset, and those countries that will be able to acquire this knowledge and this competence will position themselves as the solution provider of the future. But I mentioned also that it requires reinventing ourselves. It requires that we come up with a new metacognitive reframing framework that challenge the way we are thinking, that challenge the way we are acting, that challenge the way we are interacting, and promote three very important core values: caring, sharing, and daring.
How do we go about doing that?
Yeah. So the first thing in my view that is really important is the understanding of the needs of the future. What are the climate and sustainability innovation of the future that are needed to make the climate and sustainability solution? What are the skills that are needed to transition toward sustainability? And then with these two understanding, India can be have the the tool that will enable the country to support the development of other developing countries by providing capacity building, but also by providing um, some of the technology that are needed by these countries to leapfrog. One thing that is really important is that the global south will need to leapfrog. We cannot afford to have the same development paceway as the global north. This will not be sustainable. So it means that digital technology will need to be fully leveraged to facilitate the leapfrogging of the developing countries. If India managed to leverage digital technology and leapfrog, this experience can be shared with other developing countries.
I'm hopeful that some of those technology transfers will happen soon from Global North. But what is the kind of partnerships that India can really build in terms of public-private collaborations to expedite the climate transition and also come out as a leader for the Global South to emulate?
Actually, we will need broad partnership, public, private, but also philanthropy. Philanthropy have a very important role to play. They will bring the seed funding and the catalyst funding that is very flexible and easy to adapt. The policymakers, the public sector will bring the right policies, particularly the investment policies and the climate policies, and can also create a space that is very attractive for investing in climate and sustainability solutions, including by promoting public green procurement. And the private sector will bring two things. It will bring investment in green activities, but also investment in innovation, climate and sustainability innovation.